kuyizwa kanjani because bekuyi-function but sa-end up sine-meeting because khona umuntu oreyizile certain questions.
New day, new drama in South Africa. According to new reports, tension erupts as Mayeni tells the world how Mseleku and his brothers touches his wives without respect. Please do not forget to like as you watch. Tensions erupted in the Mseleku family again. This time, do not retreat. In a hot moment, Mayeni fired a sharp warning to Musa Mseleko's brother, explaining that she will not tolerate any interference in the fragile balance of wives. Do not come and cause problems between the wives here because you will leave and go to your happy wives, Mayeni told Vukal, whose educator is frustrated and exhausted. Her words carry an undeniable fact. While Musa and his brother can leave whenever they wear, the wives were behind them to deal with the repercussions. For years, the dynamics between the wives of Musa were not simple. The multiplicity of wives, by its nature, is of its share of the challenges, and Mayeni has always been sound about its uncomfortable aspects. With every new conflict, it becomes clear that the sister couple often finds themselves in emotionally draining situations, especially when external voices raise the bowl. Vukal's participation in home affairs has not been well received, and the sharp words of Mayeni show the depth of its frustration. You are tired of men who enter their lives, adding fuel to the tensions already, then walking away without facing the consequences. Her statement was not merely a warning to a chief, but rather a reflection of the reality she and other wives face. A life in which their struggles are often rejected, while men are safe. Her words also alluded to an unannounced fact. Although she is part of a multi-wives marriage, happiness is not always shared equally. Although Mseleku often talks about balance and fairness, the Mayeni frustration indicates that some wives may be happier than others, and they refuse to allow a person like Vukal to disable any fragile peace. But what exactly did the agent do to stimulate such a response? Was it only commented on home issues, or was there something more personal in playing? Did he say something inciting wives against each other, or was he taking the Musa team in one of the many ongoing tensions in the family? Whatever it is, there is one clear thing: Mayeni has drawn a line. She refuses to be a negative participant in a position that constantly puts wives at a dispute while men are safe. Her words are a warning and call. Let wives deal with their own issues, without unnecessary intervention from those who do not have to live with the consequences. As the drama continues to appear, all eyes will be on Mseleku, his wives, and a pillar. Will Mayeni words be taken to his heart, or will he continue to enter himself into matters that do not interfere with? More importantly, will Mayeni bold position lead to a real change in the family, or will it create only more tension between wives? In the shocking revelation that sent waves across the audience, Mayeni, the wife of a well-known businessman in South Africa and reality TV star Musa Mseleku, moved to social media and the media to expose disturbing details about her husband and brothers. According to Mayeni, Mseleku and his brothers showed lack of respect when it comes to treating his wives, especially in terms of physical and emotional borders. This explosive statement sparked hot discussions throughout South Africa, drawing attention to the deepest issues of respect and the dynamics of strength and borders in multi-wives. Musa Mseleku, a prominent figure in the entertainment industry in South Africa, became famous for his presentation of reality on Tando Nezimbo, where his multiple marriage and the multi-wives lifestyle won admiration and controversy. The show gave the fans an intimate glimpse into the life of Mseleku as polygamy, as it displays the dynamism between him and his 4 wives and the network of complex relationships that accompany his lifestyle. While the series brought the fame of Mseleku and fortune, she also drew her exhibition, a share of criticism related to the treatment of women in multi-wives. However, the recent Mayeni comments lit up on a darker side of the multi-wives lifestyle that is rarely discussed publicly. In a series of posts and emotional interviews, Mayeni revealed that Mseleku and his brothers, who often participate in family work and multi-wives, crossed the personal boundaries when interacting with his wives. Mayeni described the cases where Mseleku and his brothers were excessively familiar or sensitive to wives, making them feel uncomfortable and disrespect. This is not only Mseleku, many stated during an interview with a famous South African dialogue program. it comes to a pattern of behavior that is normalized. The lines between respect and ignorance of the personal space were not very long. It is time to reveal these toxic behaviors, and for the world to see how these men have respect for their wives and allow these procedures to continue without a result. Mayeni's words sparked a flow of support from women's rights activists and fans who have long been criticizing the imbalances of power in multi-wives. Many have expressed their concerns about the normalization of behavior that undermines the independence and dignity of women, especially in societies where polygamy is practiced. Its statement raises related questions about how to maintain approval, limits, and respect, or violate such arrangements. Critics argue that multi-wives often enhance the patriarchal structure that limits women's ability to express their concerns or express discomfort, especially in cases where men carry power and influence. Mseleku, who was previously honest, did not respond to his beliefs in polygamy as part of his cultural heritage, publicly on his wife's allegations, but the repercussions have already begun to influence his general image. On social media, fierce discussion appeared. Some people owe Mseleku because of his clear ignorance of the borders of his emotional and physical wives, while others defended, on the pretext that the audience misunderstood the cultural standards surrounding multi-wives. Polygamy supporters claimed that such relations, when practicing in the context of mutual respect and understanding, can flourish and provide benefits that are not provided by mono-conventional marriages. Despite these contradictory opinions, Mayeni's courage to speak led to a broader conversation about the treatment of women within multi-wives. The women's calling groups have risen behind Mayeni and called for a reassessment of how multi-wives work in the modern world. They argue that if polygamy is practicing as practice, it must develop to ensure respect for the rights and dignity of women in all aspects of the relationship. Mayeni's revelation also touches on the broader societal issues, such as the role of strength dynamics in relationships, and how some behaviors can reach without deterrence when there is a lack of transparency or accountability. In the case of Mseleku and his family, the apparent tolerance of such behavior may indicate a greater cultural acceptance of the toxic championship and patriarchal standards that continue to plague not only multi-wives, but also many aspects of modern society.